Yes, people. Welcome back to another stream. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well. Do me a favor, smash these likes up on the way in. If you've not done so already, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well. If you are new, well, we're getting news. Yeah, you often do get news in it when you get a couple of bad results. The PR starts getting out. But yeah, following Manchester City's draw yesterday and arguably worse, really, the two fucking injuries to Diaz and Gavadio, which we still don't fully know what's going on there. Obviously, at the moment, Pep Guardiola, the latest on them two is Guardiola said that Gavadio does not look good. We don't fully know what's going on with Diaz, but if it's a muscle injury, you're probably saying minimum 2-3 weeks. Obviously, maximum whatever, could be bad. Don't know what it's going to be there. But yeah, I say actually the two injuries to those centre halves are probably worse than the actual result yesterday, I'm going to be honest with you. Well, Manchester City potentially are looking to respond. We've got news here this morning. First of all, we'll start off with this. Fabrizio Romano, the first on the scene when it comes to Manchester City's centre-back situation. He said this morning that Manchester City, and I think it has been confirmed now, Manchester City have recalled centre-backs Max Alain from his loan at Watford with immediate effect following Josko Gavadio's injury, and the Croatian expected to be out for several weeks. That's what Fabrizio Romano said, which got a lot of City fans a little bit frustrated because that appeared to make it look like that he was going to be the centre-back that was going to come in and solve out all our problems. But I don't really think that's what the plan is. Then, and it only dropped maybe 20 minutes ago, Sammy Mockbell at the BBC, I do think this guy is a good source. I think he gets a lot right. He got the Zubimendi to Arsenal link back in January, and he seems to be on the money at the moment, Sammy Mockbell. I don't know who his sources are in football, but he seems to be getting a lot of stuff right. Manchester City are emerging as contenders to sign Crystal Palace centre-back this month. Of course, he does only have 6 months left on his contract. Yeah, they only have 6 months left on a contract. Manchester City will wait to discover the full extent of Josko Gavadio and Ruben Diaz's injuries before making a final decision on whether to proceed. But interest in Mark Guehi has progressed, and a move in January should not be discounted. Crystal Palace would consider selling to avoid losing their captain for free in the summer. Obviously, if he leaves in the summer, they lose out on a lot of money. Listen, for me, yeah, I think City should pull the trigger here. This is a player that we are likely to be going to try and sign in the summer anyway. Yeah, this is not a panic. Like I said last night on the panel show, I am fully against Manchester City making any sort of panic buys, panic sale, panic purchases. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sign players that we're getting in for a couple months and we put them on 5-year contracts and we're sitting here in a year's time and go, what the hell did we sign this guy? What a waste of time. What a waste of money. Yeah. Mark Guehi is not that guy. Mark Guehi is a player that you'd think Manchester City would be looking to sign in the summer anyway when John Stones leaves. You know what I mean? Because John Stones out of contract at the end of the season. We're not going to renew it. He's on 300 grand a week. So you're going to have to sign someone to replace him. Mark Guehi, for me, is a perfect player to sign. Homegrown. Yeah, you're going to get him on a free in the summer, but you could get him in for, 30, 40 million? He's probably a 70 million pound player anyway. So you're getting him for half price. Yeah, and I know Ake's fit right now, but Ake will get injured again because that's what, unfortunately, Ake has started to develop, those injury-prone situation. And I think this is, I don't know if this is controversial, he's not as good as he was a few years ago, probably due to all the injuries he's had. Yeah, he's had a lot of injuries over the last couple of years. Obviously, the more injuries you get, your body doesn't recover as quick. I mean, I'm looking at the record, yeah. Since the start of last season, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 injuries, bro. Yeah, he's 31. Your body doesn't, well, he's 30, he's 31 in February. Your body doesn't recover as quick as it used to, man, when you're younger, innit? So I just think that this is a no-brainer. And I would sign him regardless of what the injury is to Gvardiol and Diaz. I would. I think it could be the difference. And again, for me, it is not a panic buy. We're gonna look to try and sign this guy in the summer anyway. This is not a player that Manchester City are not going to be linked with and not going to try and sign this summer. Yeah. And again, I am fully against City signing any panic buy player because it just doesn't work. You get them in and they just fucking sit around the club for 5 years getting paid 150, 200k a week. This is not that guy. This is in my opinion, a very, very smart signing for Manchester City. And like I say, You know, what would Palace accept on a fee? Considering they're going to lose him in the summer, yeah, for a free transfer, they're not in a relegation scrap. Yeah, they're like 13 points above relegation. So what if City go in with a £30 million bid, 35 million bid? I don't know what they'd accept. I remember we signed Nigel de Jong back in the day, yeah, and we signed him for 16 million. And he had 6 months left on his contract, if my memory serves me correct. So what, 15 years later, inflation and that, Prem proven, double it, 30 mil? I think 30 mil might do it. Maybe 30 plus 10 in add-ons. You know, if we win the Prem this year or win the Prem the next couple of years, maybe you do some whatever. At the end of the day, the guy's a £75 million player. So if you're getting him for anything less than 40, it's a steal, mate. An absolute steal. So I think City should be all over this deal. At the moment, they're saying they're going to wait, which explain, a lot of people don't explain, a lot of people not understanding the Max Lane thing. I think the Max Lane thing, that is just an emergency situation because we have currently two fit centre-backs. And you're probably not going to get Mark Guehi in by Thursday when we play, or Wednesday, sorry, when we play Brighton. So you need a centre-back in by Wednesday. You have to have one in by Wednesday. Because if you don't have one in by Wednesday and one of them gets injured, you have no centre-back. You have no centre-back. You'll be playing one centre-back. I don't know who you do. I don't know. I literally have no idea what you do. You'd have to get someone out the academy, Mafuni or something, who's like 17 years old. That's not fair on him. That's not fair on him. So, you know, get Max Lane in. He's give you that emergency cover should Ake or Huzanov get injured in the next couple of days, which is, you know, you never know. And then you work on Mark Guehi throughout the January window. But I think this could be the difference between us winning a trophy and not. It could be. It could be. If Gvardiol and Diaz get injured again, it could be the difference. And like I say, this is a player that we will be looking to sign in the summer anyway. This isn't a panic buy. This is a player that we're just saying, you know what? We was going to move for you in the summer on a free transfer. Now we're going to move for you now. And you know what? I know Mark Guehi might lose out on a little bit of a sign-on bonus, but you can fix that with wages. Yeah. However, if Mark Guehi joins Manchester City in the summer, he comes into Manchester City as a bench player, in my opinion, initially. Yeah. Because he doesn't get in the team over Gvardiol. And he doesn't get in the team over this current version of Ruben Diaz because Ruben Diaz has been playing well. If he comes in now, he goes straight into the side. He probably drops Ake because Mark Guehi can play left-sided centre-back. He probably plays Guehi and Huzanov. So, yes, okay, you're not getting that fat check in the summer, but it's actually a better time for you to join Manchester City because you walk straight into the starting 11. Maybe not everyone agrees. Maybe some people will say, nah, he doesn't walk in over Ake and Huzanov. I think he personally does. I think he does get in there over Ake and Huzanov. Well, one of them. For me, it would be Ake. I'd drop Ake to the bench. But if he joins in the summer, yeah, all right, then you're getting a nice check. You're getting a nice sign-on bonus. But you start on a bench. Maybe he doesn't want Manchester City. Maybe he doesn't want Manchester. Maybe he wants to go Liverpool or something. But then why aren't Liverpool moving for him now? It kind of makes no sense. Why would Liverpool not move for him now? Do you know what I mean? Grade 2 ankle ligament tear on Gvardiol, says Benno. Is this true? Who said that? I've not seen that anywhere. Who said that? Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed? Surely not, man. Surely not. Yeah, why aren't Liverpool moving for Guehi? I don't know. I don't know why Liverpool aren't moving for Guehi. Bro, surely that's not true. It's true. Who said that, though? What's the source on this? What's the source on this? Oh, Benno's asking if it's true. Oh, no, I don't know if that's true. I've not seen that anywhere. I've not seen that anywhere. No, I've not seen that anywhere that he's got a ligament tear. Bro, surely it's not a ligament fucking tear. Surely not. It looks just like a little sort of ankle problem. Surely not, man. Do you have ligaments in your fucking ankle? I don't even know. Do you even have ligaments in your ankle? I don't even know what that is, man. I thought you had ligaments in your knee. You have ligaments everywhere, yeah? That's kind of crazy if that's true. Yeah. But, yeah, let me know what you guys are saying on this one. I think this is a no-brainer. I really do. It's a no-brainer. And I think we'd be stupid not to try. Stupid not to try. Let's have a look, man. Liverpool want to go for better players like Schlotterbeck. Can it be they have other targets? Like, yeah, maybe they do. Maybe they do. Achilles, right, that's crazy. LB, would you sell Ake? Bro, the problem that I don't think you can now. I don't think you can. Okay, so what I would have done, yeah, what I would have been open to before yesterday, yeah, is I would have been open to Um, I would have been open to selling Ake, getting a bit of money in before he leaves because he's still got a year left on his deal. So you can probably get 20 million for him and then go and get Mark Guehi. And Mark Guehi costs you what, 30, 35, 40 mil. So I think that would have been great business for Manchester City. Thank you, Ake, for everything you've done for the football club. But, we need to keep things refreshed. We move him on. The problem is, following yesterday's injuries to Diaz and Gvardiol, like, again, depending on how severe they are, can we afford to let Ake go now? Because if you let Ake go, you've still only got 2 fit centre-backs, Mark Guehi and Huzanov. And, of course, this Max Alain fella. So, again, it probably depends. Yeah, it probably depends on how severe the injuries are to Diaz and Gvardiol. But I don't think you can afford to let Ake go and replace him with Guehi if the Diaz and Gvardiol injuries are serious in any way. Because then you've got 2 centre-backs. And 1 centre-back, you're cooked. So I don't think you can afford to let Guehi. I don't think you can afford to let Ake go. What I personally do, yeah, and I said this last night, and it might be controversial, yeah, and I love the geezer. I think I'd sign Guehi and remove John Stones from the matchday squad because the guy's never fit. And it honestly, man, I can't lie. It pains me to say that because you guys know how much I like John Stones, yeah. But I think I'd remove him from the squad, bro. If you can do that, I think I asked that. Can you even do that? I think you can. I'd remove him. But the guy's played 350 minutes for us, man, in the Prem this year. I'd remove him and just say, yo, chill for the last 6 months, get yourself fit for the World Cup, and then you can leave on a free, bro. He still gets paid, he still gets to train, but I'd probably remove him, man. And people say, oh, well, we won't do that. Well, we did it to fucking Phillips. Phillips isn't in the matchday squad. Yeah? The guy's not fit. The guy's not fit. You know what I mean? And what's even going on with him? See what else you guys are saying. I'd do it in a heartbeat. It's football club. Love John, but it's the way we should operate. Yeah, I love John Stones, man. LB, we know Ake is one strong wind away from being hurt again. Stones will probably come back and get hurt in training. We can't count on them for depth, says Kirby. Yeah, I agree, man. Stones should have left the club when basically told him to. Yeah, but at the same time, he's got a contract. He doesn't have to leave. He don't have to leave, I don't blame Stones or Ake for this at all. It's not their problem. We give them the contract. You have to respect the contract. It's not their problem that our centre-backs are dropping like flies. It's not their problem. But we have to try and figure out how we move forward for this. Yeah, we have to try and figure out what we can do. Yeah. Yeah. If Guehi comes, if Guehi doesn't come, we can say Akinpong. He looks good, man. City were linked with him in the summer. City were linked with that Akinpong in the summer, mate. But we didn't pursue it. But he looks like a good player, man. I can't lie. He does look like a good player. He was great yesterday. That tackle he did on Haaland, mate, when Haaland was through, it was unbelievable. What a challenge. Have a shout at Concert. Well, yeah, Concert, you're not going to be able to get Concert in January. That would be a summertime transfer if you're going to go for him. This and Semenyo would be enemies. I think if you can get Semenyo and Mark Guehi in this January, it's going to cost you, what, 90 million? I think that's great business. I think that's great business. If you can get Semenyo in and Guehi, I think that is fantastic business. Yeah. I still think we could probably do with a midfielder, but so long as Nico Gonzalez's injury isn't severe and he's going to be back in the next couple of weeks, which I think he will, and we can keep Rodri fit-ish, I think you get away with it until the summer. Do you know what I mean? But I think if we get these 2 players in, I think that's fantastic business, man. I think it's fantastic business. We need a centre-back that can play out of the back because Gvardiol is good. Yeah, I know. We spoke about this a little bit, and I think if you're going to go Donnarumma in net, which we have done, I think your centre-backs really need to be good on the ball at playing out from the back because you need to compensate for Donnarumma not being amazing. Even though I think Donnarumma has definitely done better than I expected based off everyone slagging him off in the summer. I thought he was going to be shit. I thought he couldn't even kick a ball based on what people were saying, but he's done a lot better than I thought, to be honest. Big up Dylan says, as much as a rate Schlotter bet, we'd have a better chance winning the lottery than getting Dortmund to sell him before the summer. Yeah, you're probably right, bro. And he's not going to cost 30 mil, is he? Mark Guehi's 30 million pound, 40 million pound, man. It's almost negligent if we don't try. It's almost negligent if we don't try and get him. You might not get him. Maybe Mark Guehi says, I don't want to join you. Maybe Mark Guehi says, you know what, I want the bag, I'm going to join you in the summer. Maybe Palace say, you know what, we're not asked about the money, we're going to keep him. But you got to try. Just fucking try, man. Do you know what I mean? That's the news. Sammy Mockbell. Good sauce these days. Good sauce, man. Yo, big up Bevo, man. Says Happy New Year to you, bro. Thanks for the support you give me through a really tough 2025 and onto 2026. Incredible streamer, but even better. All right, come on, man. Big up to you, mate. Nah, big up to you, bro. Nah, 100%. Big up to you, bro. Happy New Year to you as well. Hopefully get you back on the channel soon whenever your fucking internet sorted, innit? Whenever your internet sorted. Nah, big up to you, bro. Happy New Year, man, to you, lad. Big up to Aaron. I think that's Aaron, is it? Don't know. Change your username, man. Fucking hell. Why are you making me work, bro? Come on, change your username. Stop being lazy. Thanks for the membership. He also says, makes sense to get him in. But from what you said, it sounds more unlikely than likely to happen in January. But fingers crossed it does happen. Well, like I say, City are saying, well, Sammy Matvor saying, City are going to wait for Josko Gvardiol and Diaz to see what they're saying. Do you know what I mean? How bad's the injury to Diaz and Gvardiol? Yeah, that's they're obviously thinking. But in my view, I just think we should get him anyway because we're gonna probably make a play for him in the summer. And real talk, yeah, like we can't afford to drop any more points now in this league. Yeah, I know some of you guys have given up already, which I think is an L. Yeah, I think it's an L. Yeah, that you guys have given up already. But listen, we can't afford to drop any more. If we're going to win this league, yeah, we can't afford to drop any more points. And this could be the difference because say Diaz is out for 3 weeks. Yeah, he's got a muscle injury. So it sounds like it's going to be out for a couple of weeks, isn't it? Gvardiol sounds like he's going to be out for at least a month based on Pep saying he doesn't look good. That's like 5-6 Prem games. It's like 5-6 Prem games. It could be the difference. If Ake gets injured, which is very possible, and to be honest, unfortunately, very likely, you could be done. You could be toast. We've got a fucking Carabao Cup game to play. Semi-final. It could be the difference between a trophy and not winning for a player that we're probably going to try and get in the summer anyway. So, yeah, I just think it's an absolute no-brainer, bro. Big up for the membership as well, man. Appreciate it. Big up for 12 months, bro. I think you can change. I don't know. Maybe Google it, bro. See if you can change your username. But it's just bare annoying, man, because I've got to try and, like, remember who people are. And I've got them looking at your profile picture, man. So see if you can change it, bro. Just so I remember your name, innit? Big up Lewis says, what about Bar from Nice? Bring him back. Or you can bring him back if you want, but based on what people are saying, he hasn't been that great for Nice. So if you're going to bring anyone back, you bring back Vita Hayes. You bring back Vita Hayes, who apparently is having a great time. In fact, the people online yesterday was raving about Vita Hayes yesterday for Girona, saying he was mega. I think they played Mallorca. Girona, I think they played Mallorca. They said he was mega. But yeah, Juma Bar, bro. Yeah, from what people have told me, he hasn't actually been that great, Lewis. And I've seen Nice fans say he's shit, man. So I don't know I don't know. Bar isn't going to make it. I don't know. Yeah, I did see this. Brentford and Crystal Palace both want Juma Bar, apparently. There's a release clause on Vita Hayes. Yeah, apparently so. I think City probably put release clauses in most players' contracts just in case. I don't think we want to recall Hayes because Girona will get relegated if we do. That's a very good point. Yeah. It's a very good point. Girona are currently 2 points above the relegation zone. If you get rid of Vita Hayes, it ain't looking good. I also think probably, what does that say about the CFG model if when Manchester City are struggling, we just go, oh, sorry, lads, I know you got this player on loan from us, but we're more important than you, so hold that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that City have to be very careful with how they manage these players at the CFG teams. You know what I mean? If you're a Girona fan and City just come and get Vita Hayes now off you, you're probably just going to go, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, we're in a relegation scrap and you're just taking him off us because you need him back. Like, nah, like, I don't know. Some people was like, well, that's game. The game's a game. But at the same time, I feel like it doesn't look great, does it? We are more important, unlucky to them, says James. Yeah, some people just won't care, bro. Fair's in it, but do you know what I mean? From a business point of view, from a CFG point of view, they've got to manage that very carefully, you know. They've got to manage it very carefully. Yeah, it's cold, man. Max Aleni's a really good on the ball, and he's press proven in the championship. Yeah, that's the reason they've got him in rapid, because we needed another centre back for Wednesday. Don't think that's the reason, Lord. Just think Elaine has been performing well in a tough championship. Watford fans are gutted. We are the daddy club. Why not? We did it with Savio boys. We're the big guys. Food chain. Semenyo is not happening. I think Semenyo is happening. Why are you saying Semenyo's over? Semenyo deal's over. Based on what? Based on what, man? Why are you saying that? I think it'll get done, man. I don't know why this guy's saying that the Semenyo deal's off. I've not seen anything to suggest that Semenyo deal's off. We've got 5 days left to sign Semenyo. But, bro, I think we probably are signing Semenyo, no? Some links to Liverpool? Nah, surely not, man. Surely not. Surely not. Surely that's not true. I've not seen anything on here to suggest that Semenyo deal's in any doubt whatsoever. I've not seen anything. Not seen anything, mate. Semenyo ready for Exeter? I mean, I'd like him in today so he can be ready for Brighton on Wednesday, but I don't know why it's not happened. Semenyo will happen the next day or two. Well, I want it to happen today, man. I want it to happen today. I want him available for Wednesday, mate. Bring him in for Wednesday, mate. Give him like 20 minutes on Wednesday and then fucking start him against Exeter and say, right, go and do your thing, mate. Get Guehi and him and Huzanov paired up with Ake for squad rotation so Gvardiol and Diaz are fully fit. We've been kicked hard in the balls with this situation. We actually have, bro. And like, you know what? I remember in the summer we was talking about this, about this whole centre-back situation. And like, I remember saying at some point, John Stones and Ake will both be injured. So you need to have 5 centre-backs. So then you've still got 3 left. Because what are the chances in 2 of the other 3 players both being injured? I'm like, I know Ake's fit, but it's kind of low-key happened. I was like, this is so, like, just how this has happened. This is so unlucky, man. It's so unlucky how both of our 2 centre-backs have both got injured on the same game, man. Are you joking me? You know how unlucky you have to be for that to happen, mate? Yeah? You know how lucky you have to be for that to happen? It's actually unreal. Yeah? The Diaz is a muscle injury. We don't fully know yet, but the Diaz is a muscle injury, which is, probably minimum 2 weeks in it. I don't think it's serious, but I think it's probably minimum 2 weeks. Gvardiol, foot knows, man, but Pep didn't look happy, mate. He looked like it could be bad. So next 2 weeks, say Diaz is a 2-week injury, so he returns. Say he returns on the 21st, something like that, midweek 21st. He's gonna miss Brighton at home, Exeter at home, Newcastle away in the cup, Man United, and then Bodo Glimpse the 20th. So he's gonna miss 2 Prem games. It's not terrible, but it is terrible because you can't afford to drop any more points in the league if you want to win the league. Like I say, some of you guys have already given up. I ain't given up. Yeah. If the gap goes to 9 points, I'm giving up. I don't think we can do it at 9 points. I don't think we're quite as good as we were 2 years ago, and I think Arsenal are better. So I'm going to give up if it gets to 9. But I'm not giving up at 6 points, bro. Yeah, I'm giving up at 6 points, man. Do you know what I mean? We just need to beat Brighton, Exeter, and United to get that momentum. We just need to win our next game against Brighton, don't we? Just focus on that next game against Brighton. And Brighton have got a good record against us recently, man. Do you know what I mean? They have got a good record against City. They beat us early in the season. Did they beat us home and away last year? No, they beat us away. We drew at home. And then we cooked them before that. But last 3 games, we've not beat them in the last 3 games. We've not won a game in the last 3. We lost 2-1 against Brighton last year away when we was winning. We conceded 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. We drew 2-2 at home back in March. I don't remember that. Who scored? Haaland took the lead. Then they scored. Estupinian. Then Mamouche scored. And then they equalised. Oh, yeah, the Huzanov own goal off the corner. Yeah, I do remember that, actually. And then early in the season, yeah, we're winning again. Haaland. Then Milner bagged a penalty. Then Barajan scored in the 89th minute of the game. Fucking hell, mate. So, yeah, we've not beat him in the last 3 games. Yeah. We're not winning the last 3 games against Brighton. The Brighton manager is cocky. Yeah, well, he probably deserves to be, man. He's getting results. We haven't beaten the new manager. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Statistically, Mark Guehi is the third best centre-back in the Premier League this season, higher than Gvardiol and Diaz. Wow, is that true? Fair enough. I mean, I don't go just off stats, bro, but like, I've rated him. I remember saying last January we should have tried to get him, and a load of you frauds in this chat, yeah, said, nah, he's shit, he's not good enough. And I said, bro, Mark Guehi's a top player. I said we should have gone from him in January, man. Yeah, he's a good player, mate. He's a good player. He is. I've been fucking. I still remember when I watched him at the Euros a couple of years ago for England, and I was stunned at just how good he was, man. I did not think he was that good, and then I watched him at England. I was like, bro, this guy's balling out, mate. Good on the ball, fast, athletic, physical. Do you know what I mean? Prem proven. He's just about to go into his prime years. I think he's 25, going on 26. He's literally like the perfect Manchester City signing, in my opinion. Big up Chicken Wing says if he's open to the move, would be stupid from City not to do it. We can't put our hopes on Ake. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And remember, this is what? Hey, chat. What do you think? Yeah, ignoring the contract situation, what is Mark Guehi worth? If he had 3 years left on his contract, what is Mark Guehi worth? 25-year-old, prem proven, homegrown player. I think it's 70 million quid minimum in this day and age. Minimum 70 mil, in my opinion. So if you get him for anything less than 40, 45 million, you're getting a steal, mate. You're getting a bargain. And we got bargains in the summer. Reinders, we only paid 50 million for. Cherky, we paid 30 million for. Nori paid 30 million. Yeah, so everyone's saying, a couple of people saying 60 mil. But either way, if we get this guy for less than 40, 45 million, it's a bargain, mate. It's a bargain, mate. It really is. What's he like with injuries? That's a good question, actually. You know what? I've actually not checked. Let me check it now. I feel like I always see him play. He's 25, by the way, chat. He's got a transfer marked estimated value of 55 million. Right, let's have a look. Injury record. Mark Guehi. Ooh. Yo, that's decent, man. 3 injuries. A groin injury back in 2021. He was out for 11 days. Knee issue. Start of 2024, out for 90 days. That's like 3 months. And then an ankle problem recently. 3 injuries at 25 years old. That is impressive, mate. They're the type of players we need to sign. That's a decent injury record, man. Yeah, we can sort that out, says Andrew in the chat. Yeah, if he joins us, man, honestly, say goodbye to that. Big up Tom with the 28 months, man. Big up, that's a long time. I appreciate the support. Says, Happy New Year, mate. Happy New Year to you as well. Yesterday was a downer, but your streams bring me back up. Title still up for grabs, along with 3 cups. Fight till the end. I agree, bro. I know people are down and people are gutted, and I'm fucking wounded as well. But, like, bro, we're in a semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Yeah? We're 6 points off Arsenal, which isn't great, but it's not fucked. Yeah, we're in the top 8 of the Champions League. Come on, man. I know it's like shit right now, yeah, but it's not even shit right now. It's not even shit right now. It's just not ideal right now, yeah. But we're in a good position, man. But we need to sort this centre-back situation out with the injuries, mate. We got to sort these out, yeah. Anderson and Semenyo. Let's have a look at this. Semenyo's injury record. Let's have a look at his injury. I reckon he's probably had a few because of the type of player he is. Yo, that's not even that bad either. I was expecting like a Doku-style injury, you know, because like he's rapid, you know, he does the acceleration and stuff. I thought there'd be a load of hamstring injuries in there. Couple of knee problems. He's only had 3 injuries, you know, he's ill. I'm not classing that as one. So he's had 3 injuries. They are all knee injuries, which is not ideal, but he's not had a knee injury since 2022. So that's not that bad either. What was the other one? Anderson. Let's have a look at this. Guy's only 23, so we don't really want to be seeing too many injuries. Quarantine, man. As if they put the fucking quarantine on there. How mad is that? He has had 1 injury, back injury. It was out for a while, to be fair. Back in 2023, 2024, he was out with a back injury. What's that, like 4 months? But yeah, again, mega. Some decent records there. Any news on Semenyo? Nah, no news on Semenyo. Semenyo isn't bulky. He looks bulky to me. He does to me. He does to me. Have you seen points on set? Yeah, my mate does it all the time. I think we're ahead, no? I think we're ahead. Start of the year, I don't think we'd be this close, to be honest. Also thought Liverpool would be in the race. 6-point gap with 18 to play and Arsenal at home to come. I'll take it. I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. Obviously, I don't feel great right now. And obviously, it would be daft and a bit arrogant to say anything other than Arsenal are clear favourites right now. They are clear favourites right now. They're 6 points clear and they're just winning games. And, we're not playing particularly well, but that can change. That can change in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, that's what we're saying, man. I agree with you, Craig. Big got Ado says this is the problem. LB, we're not proactive when we're being reactionary. Why wait for centre back injuries when you should have been in the spot to begin with? We are harbouring injury prone players since 2023. Well, I think they tried in the summer, and the players wouldn't leave. Do you remember, Ado? Remember all the stuff that came out in the summer about like City are trying to get rid of some of these players, these older players on the back end of the contract, but the players didn't want to leave for various different reasons. John Stones was probably one of those players. John Stones, I don't think Pep wanted to keep John Stones. John Stones, I don't think played a single minute in the Club World Cup. Yeah. Even though he's fit. Kovacic was probably another one, Massum. Maybe Ake was. But the players didn't want to leave, probably because they love it at City. They probably don't want to leave because they probably love it. They love where they live. They love the training, love the manager, love the play. They don't probably want to leave, especially John Stones. John Stones is a City legend, yeah. But obviously Akanji, we struggled to get rid of him. We had to loan him. So because we couldn't get rid of players because people didn't want to leave, it put us in a shit situation in terms of we couldn't maybe bring in as many players as we wanted to. Maybe Viana wanted to bring in another player or another 2 players, but we couldn't because the squad was too big. So that's what I think happened, Ado. I think they tried. I just don't think players wanted to leave, mate. These current injuries undo our 2025 rebuild. Injuries in January really hurt the title race. Yeah, you're right. Injuries hurt title races, absolutely. And having 3 centre-backs injured, yeah, you could argue your 3 best centre-backs. Because, even though Huzanov, I would probably still have John Stones above Huzanov in terms of who's better, just because, Huzanov's still young and that. But you could argue you got your 3 best centre-backs out here. 250k a week, Stones is happy, guaranteed England starter. Well, is he though anymore with Conser? Is he anymore? Maybe he gambled. I don't know if he is anymore, Andrew. I personally will play John Stones at the World Cup, yeah. But I don't think he is a guaranteed England starter anymore. Not with Conser. Conser and Guehi. I think it might be Conser and Guehi that start centre-back for Tuchel. I would still start Stones, personally. Ake and Stones have it nice and comfy. Why would they leave? Yeah. Well, obviously, I think Ake probably would have looked to sign to sell in January because obviously he wasn't happy, was he? Not playing. He said himself via the manager that he's not happy, he's not playing. And I think the Netherlands manager said you need to be playing, otherwise you can't. You're not going to start. You're not going to play for the Netherlands in the World Cup. So maybe City were looking to move him on in January. Yeah, maybe a couple of you guys did say, I wonder if that's why he started him against Sunderland to put him in the shop window. But can you afford to let Ake go now and replace him with Guehi? Now you've got 3 centre-backs injured because that leaves you still with 2 centre-backs. If Huzanov or Guehi gets injured, you got 1 centre-back at the football club. Kiss goodbye to the league at that point. You're probably not going to be winning a lot of games with 1 centre-back, lads. Again, that all depends on how bad the Diaz and Gvardiol injury is. And I would talk about John Stones, but I literally have no idea what's going on with him, mate. I'm going to be real. Literally have no idea. I don't even know if they're fucking asking about him in the press conference anymore. I mean, they didn't even ask about Nico Gonzalez in the press conference, I believe. So why would they ask about John Stones? Recall Vita Hayes, yeah, not going to happen. Rodri centre-back, run it back. We've waited all this time to get Rodri back, and now we're going to have to play him at centre-half, bro. Yeah, Max Alert, yeah, you're going to have to do him. Big Adam says Vita Hayes got man of the match and got an assist. He did. Apparently, he's been good this year. Apparently, Vita Hayes has been very good this year. And as we all know, Pep Guardiola wanted to keep him in the squad. I think if you read what Vita Hayes said when he moved to Girona, I think you can interpret that as I was basically meant to be staying at Manchester City this season, but shit happened and I've had to leave. AKA, the way I read that, and you guys can have your own interpretation, I was meant to stay, but City couldn't shift some of the players that they needed to shift. So Pep basically said, "Listen, lad, with respects, even though I wanted some of these players to leave, if Stones is fit, he's playing over you. So go on loan, come back next year when Stones goes, and then we can talk." That's how I read it. If you read it different, you read it different. But that's basically what I got from the situation. James said, got to the point where title talk isn't even worth it, LB. Focus on ourselves and improve our own performances first. Titles too soon for me, but we move. Yeah, listen again. A lot of people feel the same way as you, James, mate. A lot of people do. A lot of people feel the same way as that. I think for now, over the next 2 days, it's probably pointless talking about the league. We just need to talk about Brighton. Because if you don't beat Brighton, say goodbye. Say goodbye to the league, man, if you don't beat Brighton. Yeah, unless Liverpool do a madness and beat Arsenal, which I don't see one little bit. I think Arsenal will smack them up. Real talk, I think Arsenal will beat them like 3-0. Really, I really do. So, yeah. We're already at the point, where we're asking teams to do us a favour. It's not ideal, man. Yeah. And you're right as well. Focus on the performances. When was the last time we played well? Not like well as in, oh, we played all right today. No. Yeah. When was the last time we played well? Well, we come off the pitch and we went, fucking hell, you know what? We were good today. Chelsea, nah. Sunderland, nah. Forest, nah. West Ham, I would even say nah, to be honest with you. Brentford in a cup, don't really remember it. Palace, not really. Madrid, I thought we played well at Madrid, but I wasn't gassed, but I did think we played well at Madrid, to be fair. Sunderland at home, 3-0. Yeah. I'd actually say, I actually think, and this might you might disagree with me. I actually think Fulham away, we played well. And I know people will be like, LB, we conceded 4 goals. What you talking about? Yeah, but those 4 goals were screamers, mate. Yeah, the 4 goals against Fulham were crazy. Yeah, I think we did play well against Fulham. But like, bro, there's not a lot of results there that you look at and go, you know what, we played well there. We played well. Yeah, we've just been getting results. So I want to see us start playing well again. And I think Pep probably does need to start rotating the team a little bit more as well. Because team's looking knackered. And Cherky and Foden, man, just need to fucking just get on it, man. Because I don't know what was wrong with them two yesterday, man. I was so disappointed in Foden and Cherky yesterday, mate. So disappointed in Foden and Cherky yesterday, man. I thought they were both poor. Yeah. Especially when we need a win in that. Not sure what's going on there. Guess Huzanov. Are you talking about Guehi? Guehi, Huzanov, we might not be cooked after all. I think Guehi Huzanov will be like an amazing back two. Amazing back two. And then, it does free you up to put Gvardiol left back again, if you wanted to. Some people really like Gvardiol at left back. Some people prefer him at centre half, but it gives you that option. It does give you that option. Let me come some of these chats, man. Big up Crystal says John Stone's a waste of space. Should have gone last year. I think City wanted him to go last year, mate, but he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave, Crystal. So what can you do? You can't force him out the club. You know what I mean? You can't force him out the football club, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up Haneen says Donnarumma's long balls and Reinder's running tactics are hard. Injuries in backline and midfield, exhausted, drained attack. If we want to play this style, we need more players. Semenyo, Guehi, Anderson. Well, I think, Haneen, I don't know if you've watched the interview that have you watched the interview, bro, that Viana did with Tiki when he left? It's on City's official, City Plus. I don't know if it's on the YouTube. You might be able to watch it for free on the YouTube. But Haneen, Viana did an interview. It was basically like Tiki's goodbye interview. And it was Pep, Soriano. No, it wasn't. I'm chatting shit. What was it? Anyway, it was some interview that Viana did. And basically he said, we need to look at getting players in that are physical and pacey players. Yeah, that's what he said in an interview. I can't remember exactly what interview it was. It was released in like back end of summertime. And that's what he said. So I think you look at the players we're looking at signing. Semenyo, powerful player, strong player. You look at the links to Elliot Anderson, probably not going to happen in January, probably going to be a summertime deal. But can get up and down the pitch, can get stuck in, good on the ball. You look at Mark Guehi, fast, strong player, good on the ball. Yeah. So I think that's the way we're looking to move. And obviously, we probably needed that midfielder in the summer, as Kevin De Bruyne said, but we didn't quite get them. We moved this year. Yeah, Livermento's a strong player. Strong player. He is. Huzanov is a specimen. Hope Pep use him well. I love him, mate. I love Huzanov. I think he's absolutely incredible player. I think he's an incredible player, mate. And I think he's been unlucky because I think without Diaz getting back to good form, I think he probably would be playing a lot this year. I think he would have been playing a lot this year, but credit to Diaz. Diaz has been playing well, so he struggled to get in the team, and so's Nunes. So he's not even going to be able to do a little job at right back because Nunes has been holding it down. So I think he's been a little bit unlucky this year. I don't think it's anything to do with him. I don't think he's done anything wrong or he's been playing badly when he's had a chance. I don't think that's correct at all. I just think he's been a bit unlucky that some of the other players in the team have really stepped it up. But Huzanov will get his chance again, and when he does, and it could be now because obviously Diaz is injured, I hope he takes it. I hope he takes it because I really rate him. We need Schlotterbeck. He's left-footed and mega. Yeah, I mean, Guehi can play left-sided centre-back. I'm not really asked if it's Guehi or Schlotterbeck, but Guehi's also homegrown, you know what I mean? So, and he's Prem-proven. I personally would go for Guehi, I think. Recent results, we have to win away at Anfield. Yeah, we probably do. If you want to win the league, you're probably gonna have to win at Anfield. You're gonna have to beat Arsenal at home. You're gonna have to. We got a lot of games, man. We got to win a lot of games. We got to beat Brighton on Wednesday. That's got to be the first focus. That's got to be the focus for me. We got to beat Brighton on Wednesday. That's got to be the focus. Yeah, there's no point in really even speaking about Anfield, bro, until we beat Brighton. Because if we don't beat Brighton, pointless speaking about Anfield. And big up to Lauren as well. Says we need squad depth ASAP considering our injury record with Ake. By the way, tomorrow is an interesting game. Nuno might get sacked if West Ham lose. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised he's not been sacked anyway, if I'm being completely honest with you. But, I mean, it's a must-win. It's a must-win for West Ham. Forest, they get a draw. It's probably not a terrible result given they're above West Ham. But, yeah, that's where we're at with that one. If we don't, then I give up. Yeah, to be honest with you, yeah, unless Liverpool then beat Arsenal. If we don't win tomorrow on Wednesday and Arsenal win, I think I might say focus on the cups, man. Focus on it because what it'll be worst case scenario, it'll be what 8 points if we draw and they win. If we draw and they win, it'll be 8 points. So I don't believe that we can do that with this current team and that. Do you know what I'm saying? What's happening with the Semenyo deal? Thought it would be done by now. I thought it would have been done by now, but I don't know what's going on. I think it's going to get done. I think it'll get done today or tomorrow, but I hope they get it done quickly because I'd like him available for Brighton. I think we need a bit of a morale boost, something to get the fans. Come on, man. I know maybe some people will say LB Semenyo doesn't do that, but we need something, mate. City fan base is very defeatist, bro. This team is right. I think a lot of people have given up way too soon, man. I can't believe a lot of people. 60% of people in the chat. I did a poll yesterday, Sachin. Yeah, 60% of people yesterday said they give up on the league, which I think is crazy. Talking to Tino, have you seen our Miley? Please win the league. Yeah, he's good, man. That Miley, is it Lewis Miley? Is he called? Yeah, he looks decent. He's another one of those players though that's proper like active in the midfield and can get about and put his body about. You know what I mean? He looks like another perfect sort of Premier League player for the current time. I'm not giving up on the league as we've been here so many times. Says True Blue Tie. Yeah, me neither. Mamouche will leave in the summer. Mark my words, bro. Well, I think for me, if he doesn't start getting game time after the AFCON, yeah, he's gone, bro. You know, people will say, I personally don't agree, but a lot of people was telling me, oh, LB, don't worry, he's not playing. He's only played 60 minutes in the last, 10 Premier League games because Pep don't want to play him because of AFCON, which I just thought was the biggest cope in the world. But let's just say that is true. When he gets back from AFCON, he's going to be fully fit. He's going to be fully match fit. If he doesn't start getting minutes, then, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he left in the summer either. LB, the rumour is it's the release clause hits January 10th. Oh, so it's the other way around. I thought they said, are you sure about that? I thought they said the release clause was only available till the 10th. Like you had to get him by the 10th. I thought that's what they said. There are reports that Bournemouth plan to keep him for the first 10 days. I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was literally the opposite of that personally, but maybe I read it wrong. Either you've read it wrong or I've read that wrong. We got to learn to close games out, says Tyrone. Yeah, I know. I know, mate. I know. If Semenyo deal doesn't get completed, that's because we haven't paid the release clause. Release clause is until the 10th. Yeah, that's what I thought, mate. That's what I thought. Albeit, at least the board have realised their mistakes since the treble, but potentially it's cost them 2 seasons without the league title. Yeah, I agree. I think that summer transfer window after the treble was just terrible, and you can't even disagree because Tiki said it was terrible. He literally said it was terrible. And it settles back. It settles back, because what you've got to maintain that squad. But yeah, like you say, I think they have realised. They have realised. They're trying to fix it. But it's hard, man. It's hard. Once you let that squad quality drop, and the confidence drops and everything like that, it's hard to get it back. But I don't think we're a million miles away. Some City fans are mad overreacting, man, I think, and acting as if like the squad's completely dog shit. It's not dog shit. We need a couple players. We need a centre back, a midfielder, and I think 2 wingers. I think get Semenyo in, and then I think personally we should let Savinho go in the summer if he doesn't improve in the next 6 months and go and get like a top quality winger. Yeah, and a right back. That's 4 players, and then you're done. You're done. You're literally done. Then what else do you need? You don't need anything else. LB, bring Harned FC football back. That stuff was risky, but at least it was entertaining, not this tiki-taka. The board are not seriously ambitious. You don't think they're ambitious? I mean, bro, they spent... Let's have a look at this. Last season, they spent 240 million. This year, we spent 206 million, and it sounds like we're going to spend even more in January. I don't think you can say they're not ambitious. I just think the damage was done after the treble, and they're just trying to repair it. I don't think you can say they're not ambitious when they spent a lot of money. Martin said you have to trigger the release clause by the 10th, but Bournemouth don't have to accept it before the 10th. All right. Fair enough. Fair dues. We need Elise. All right, bro, he's the player, innit? He's the player. If Mamouche does leave in the summer, get Elise, then Semenyo in January, then you have output. I know. You've completely transformed your front three then, haven't you? You've gone from wingers that can't score more than 2-3 Premier League goals a season, which sounds just horrific, to players that... I'm looking at Semenyo, he's got to be getting 10, and then Elise, I'm looking at 20. Yeah, you completely changed it. Bowen. Bro, I'm not even completely against Jarrod Bowen at Manchester City. I'm not. I like Bowen. I think he's a good player. I think Bowen's a good player, man. And if they get relegated, how much are you going to be able to get him for? Did I see the Karl saga? Bro, what is he doing, mate? I did see it. What is he doing? Why is he saying that? Nah, mate, I can't lie, yeah. That is crazy. Why is he saying that? If we don't get 3 points against Brighton, I think the league's over. We should just focus on Europe and the League Cups. I probably will agree. I'll probably wait to see what happens on Thursday, because you never know. Liverpool might beat Arsenal. I don't think they will. But yeah, I think if we don't beat Brighton and Arsenal beat Liverpool, I think it's over, man. I think it's over, mate. Ndiaye. A lot of people like Ndiaye. What Karl say? Basically, he said like he's really happy to be playing for Bayern Munich, but at some point in his career, he wants to play for Real Madrid. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. Why'd you say that, bro? He's only just broke into the team, mate. Bowen looking for a big next contract. He's 29. I'm fine with it. Just running someone into someone who could be earning dough and doing nothing at 33, 34. You just give him a 3-4 year contract, don't you? Give him a 4-year contract, man. Takes him till 33. Like, bro, I'm not asked about this whole thing, about signing older players. Like, bro, so many City fans now don't want to sign a player if they're over like 27 years old. It's weird, mate. Oh, LB, they're too old. They're 27. Oh, Bruno Guimaraes is 28, LB. We can't sign him. He's too old. What? What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? Crazy. FIFA and Football Manager players. I know they are. I still take Paqueta. Nah, I don't think I'd take Paqueta, man. I don't think I'd go for Paqueta, mate. Not in the big 2026. Nah, not for me. Not for me. I'd rather throw dough at Bruno G. I know you're never going to get him. No chance. But I'd rather throw cash at him. I don't overhype Bruno G, man. I don't overhype him. He's fucking mega. He's absolutely incredible. He would be perfect for this Manchester City team. Absolutely perfect. I do not overrate him at all. Fernandinho's best years were after 30. Yeah, Fernandinho, man, he was class, bro. Tonali. Why did I see someone say that Chelsea are trying to sign Tonali yesterday? Is that true? I've not seen that anywhere on Twitter, but someone in the chat yesterday saying Tonali's looking at a move. Also, he just signed a contract. Nah, that must have been chat. Nah, that must have been chat shit. That must have been chat shit. Tonali's just signed a new contract extension. Nah, they must have been lying. They must have been lying. Rodri X Bruno G, the movies we could have made since 2024. I know. And it was available for 100 mil, but we didn't pull the trigger. But anyway, that triggers some people. That'll trigger some people. Why are people so against Paqueta for squad depth? He's so good. I just think he might be. Is he not washed, bro? Like, the thing is, yeah, like, his head's not been in it for probably 2-3 years. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know about it. I just feel like he might be done. He might be done. If you get it for a good price, I won't be totally against it. But I personally am not like pushing that. I'm not pushing that Paqueta deal. Yeah, I think he might have just checked out, man, after the betting scandal. I think he checked out. He did play well against us. But if you listen to West Ham fans, half of West Ham fans don't want him in the team. Say he's been shit all season. News. What's this? Bournemouth were prepared to pay 40 million for Jamie Llewellyn as a replacement for Antoine Semenyo. So there you go. They're looking at their replacements. They're already looking at their replacements, Bournemouth. Who is that? Never heard of him. Jamie Llewellyn. Anyone know who that is? I literally have no idea who that is. I've literally never heard of that player. Jamie Llewellyn. Anyone know who that is? City Pool fan this Thursday. Absolutely shameless. I know. It's hanging, in it. Horrible. Paqueta at the trophy parades would be jokes. I know. If we can't get Elise, Yildiz is the one we should go for, plus Semenyo. Yeah, I like Yildiz. I've not seen him a lot, but when I have seen him, I really like him, man. I really like him. Remember, people were giving up before Arsenal went and lost to Villa. Have to believe. Yeah, you can't be giving up at 6 points, bro. It's crazy, in my opinion. You can be doubtful, but you can't give up, man. No way. No way. Let me see if there's any more news then on this Mark Guehi situation. If you just joined, smash these likes up on the way in. Sammy Mockbell at the BBC is reporting that Manchester City are emerging as contenders to sign Crystal Palace's centre-back Mark Guehi this month. Manchester City apparently are going to wait until they've realised the full extent of Gvardiol and Ruben Diaz's injuries before making a final decision, which, I'm no doctor, but you'd imagine that would be today, right? You'd imagine that's today. You go and get the scans today. Surely. Why would you wait? Surely Gvardiol and Ruben Diaz are getting scans today, and Manchester City will know. They probably already know. They probably already know now what's wrong with them. And then they'll decide. If it turns out Ruben Diaz and Gvardiol are going to be back next week, maybe they won't sign him. But for me, if they're out for any more than a month, I think you've got... I'd just sign him anyway. Personally, I would just sign Mark Guehi anyway. I'll just put it out there. Would have done that yesterday, I can't lie. I mean, you might have done it yesterday. Sometimes you have to wait for... People say they have to sometimes wait for the swelling to go down, is what people say. I don't know if that's true. Do you have high hopes for Max Elaine? Bro, when I seen him in the academy, he looked all right. Like, I never watched him and thought, oh, yeah, this guy's going to be like Van Dijk regen or anything, but he looked all right. And apparently he's done well at Watford. Apparently he's done all right at Watford. Stones out the door, Guehi is needed. Gvardiol looks bad. No one's saying anything about Diaz. Yeah, because I think Diaz will probably be back soon, innit? I don't think Diaz is a serious injury. Rodri's just come back from injury. He has to play regular 90 minutes. I know. Yeah, I'm with you, Johnny. Considering Stone's gone all year and Ake's so inconsistent too, I'd sign him regardless. Same, I agree. Yeah, big up Snoopy. As someone who works in sports and sports medics can usually diagnose the injury pretty accurately before an MRI or X-rays. There you go. There you go, mate. There you go. Yeah, Florian. Florian. We need you to drop a fucking 10 out of 10 performance, Florian. Yeah. What's going on, man? Do I think Arsenal will drop off at some point? They're good, but I don't think they're amazing all round. We're looking at our last 2 games. I think they'll drop points. I mean, even Arsenal fans will probably say that. They're not going to win every single game now for the rest of the season. So yeah, they'll drop points, but how many points do I expect them to drop? Not a lot. Not a lot. I don't think they will drop a lot of points now to the end of the season. We obviously have to beat them. We have to. If we beat them, the gap goes to 3 points. So it's essentially, yeah, and obviously goal difference is something that you need to keep your eye on. Our goal difference is the same, but I don't think Arsenal are going to have some mad crumble. I don't see it. I've said it on Saeed's channel before. I don't think this Arsenal team is going to bottle it. Like, in years gone by, if Arsenal were 10, 12 points clear, we'd all still be pretty confident. We'd all be like, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to kick on. We'll win all the games and they'll bottle it. Yeah. But I don't think this Arsenal team is going to bottle it like that. I think 6 points is already stretching it. I think 7, 8 maybe. But anything above that, nah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I already think we're pushing it. Exactly. They're grinding out results, man. And Declan Rice, credit to Declan Rice, man. You know what I mean? He is playing amazing football right now. He is. He's playing amazing. Their defense is monstrous. Yeah, it's class. Their defense is fucking mega, I can't lie. We needed Saliba to go to fucking Real Madrid in the summer, innit? We needed Saliba to go to Real Madrid. How's our golden boy Gvardiol doing? Don't know yet. No news yet, mate. There's been no updates yet from what I can see. No updates yet from what I can see, mate. What else you guys saying? I don't know, Drees, about that, man. I thought Akanji last year was terrible, to be honest with you. I don't quite agree. I would rather have kept John Stones and Ake than keep Akanji last year. I think that was the right decision. I don't think Akanji was good at all last year, mate. Real talk. Ben Jacobs saying Palace want more than 35 million that Liverpool offered in the summer. Offered them 40, 45. I think it's a bargain. I think he's worth 75 million quid, 70 million in this market. Offering 45 million. Like, we're getting the bargain here. They're not ripping us off. Yeah, we're getting the bargain. And people will say, well, you could get him in the free in the summer. Yeah, but that could be the difference between you winning a trophy or not winning a trophy. If you get Guehi in. We're getting a steal, mate. It's January. I'm not worried yet, but if the gap remains till later February, I'll start to sweat a bit. Yeah, again, I agree. I think it's too soon to be mad panicking. But you can't afford to drop any more points. You know what I mean? Otherwise, yeah, rip it up. The only problem with Guehi is aerial ability. I want a centre-back good in the air. We have none other than Gvardiol, who is all right, says Josh. Yeah, people have said that about Guehi, that he's not very good in the air. I can't lie. Whenever I've watched Palace, I've never sort of like noticed it. I never really noticed it that he's been bad in the air, but apparently he's like his aerial stats are terrible. People tell me, but I've never noticed. I've never watched Palace and gone, "Fucking hell, Guehi's not good in the air." So it could just be one of those dodgy stats sometimes. Like, what about his request for a sign-on bonus? He wants a massive sign-on. You can just spread that over the contract, bro. In my opinion. And also, if he comes now, he comes straight into our starting 11. Mark Guehi comes straight into our starting 11 now if he joins Manchester City. If he joins in the summer, he doesn't. He starts on the bench because Gvardiol and Diaz will start. You all know that. So it's all right. And he don't get the big fat wedge in the summer, but he comes straight into our team, mate. He comes straight into our team. How tall is he? I'm not sure, bro. Nah, I don't think he can play fullback. I never seen him play fullback. He don't look like a player that I'd particularly want out wide. You think he benches Diaz? A couple of people have said they reckon give him a couple of games, he might even take Diaz's spot potentially. I mean, he's a good player. Diaz has been playing well this year, man. But isn't it great to have competition for places, man? Imagine if we had Gvardiol, Mark Guehi, Diaz, and Huzanov as a back four. Fucking, that's mega, mate. What 4 players you've got? That's fantastic options. Great squad rotation. Yeah, Pep don't have to fucking spam Gvardiol and Diaz out every game because he can hopefully trust Huzanov and Mark Guehi. You've got competition for places. Yeah, I think that's great, man. What a set 4 players you've got there. That's mega. The Celtic manager's been sacked, has he? I'm surprised it took this long, to be honest with you, Harley. Looking at the results they were getting, I'm surprised it took this long for him to be fired, man. He probably should have been fired after like 3 games, bro. It was crazy, mate. Absolutely wild. I'm worried if we become like United if we aren't careful. Pepe's leaving soon. Our squad has gone down in terms of quality and depth. How do you think we can get back to treble year levels? Well, that's difficult, man, because that squad was very unique and unreal, and that's not normal. First of all, but you got to buy elite players, and your squad, your talent ID's got to be mega. You know what I mean? You got to be buying players in 25, 26 years old that are about to pop off. That's what we did with like Bernardo and Walker and those guys. I think Walker's a bit younger, to be fair, but you just got to buy better players, man, and stop buying players that are not good enough. And when you've got a player that you can go and get that's a proper Premier League or proper proven player that's elite, world class, and you've got the opportunity to sign him, go and spend the money and get him. Don't fuck about with them. Oh, we're not signing it because it's too expensive or whatever. Just go and get them. But yeah, you also need to realise that like the treble's not normal, innit? You know what I'm saying? It's only been done twice in this country, United and City, or someone else done it. I think someone else did actually. Maybe that Forest or something. No, maybe it's just United and City actually. But it's not normal. Not normal. Treble is not normal. Nah, Arsenal have never done a treble. They've never done it, innit? You done a treble, Arsenal? I don't think you have you? Celtic have done it. Yeah, Celtic have done it. I think there's like 10 teams across Europe that have done a treble. Fucking Real Madrid have never done a treble, which is mad. Real Madrid have never done a treble. You know how mad that is? They've won like 17 Champions Leagues. They've never done it. They've never won a treble, man. Crazy that, really. Crazy, mate. Diaz looked chilled on the bench yesterday. Yeah, the Diaz looked proper weird. I didn't even think he was getting subbed off straight away because he was just walking over. I don't think the Diaz is serious. I think it's just probably a slight, you know, he don't feel great and just wants to protect himself. So I don't think the Diaz one will be too serious. It's the Gavadio one that we were worried about. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they lapped through Huzanov off the pitch. I loved it with all the boys. Well, that's what you want to see. That was dangerous, though, man. That was dangerous. What he did there. I thought he looked all right. I like this. Come on, actually. Big up, Steve. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. There you go. Big up, Charlie says United, City, Celtic, Barca, Bayern, PSG, PSV, and Inter Milan. They're the only teams that have won a treble. That is mad, isn't it? How have Real Madrid never won a treble, man? They've won like 17 Champions Leagues and they've never won it. That is mad. That is actually wild how they've never won a treble. Yeah, it's a hard thing to do. So you can't be like, oh yeah, let's just get back to the treble thing. Like that's the aim, but it's not normal, clearly. Yeah, big up Herbal, man. Smash these likes up as well. LB, would you like to go back to transition ball? It was working until we changed to possession tiki-taka. I just want to fucking just win, man. If you just win me the game, yeah. I don't know whatever Pep thinks is the best thing. I did like the sort of transition football. It was kind of nice, wasn't it? And there was loads of space for Haaland to run into. So maybe Pep could go back to that sort of style of play. I don't know. We just need to win football matches at this point. Just need to win football matches at this point. Yeah, to be fair, they also did do a 3-peat Champions League, which is fucking mad. It's crazy. Crazy. What Porto won the treble with Mourinho? Don't know. Did they win the league and the cup that year? Don't know. Your stream was slightly ahead of my TV yesterday when you said Chelsea scored. I turned the TV off and didn't watch it. Fucking hell. What are you talking about? Was it bad? Yeah, it was pretty bad, to be honest with you. O'Reilly, probably a little bit of naivety there from him. He probably goes in a little bit too much there on Gusto. You know, it's 93rd minute of the game. He tries to close down Gusto a little bit too much. There's no real need for him to do that. Like, what's he going to get out of that? He probably could just chill a little bit. He's then flat-footed. When you're flat-footed, it's then a pace race. It's a pace race, and he lost the pace race. So yeah, probably a little bit of naivety there from Nico O'Reilly, to be honest with you. Ake, could he stop the cross at the near post? Could he be in a better position? Maybe. Could Huzanov do a little bit better? Maybe. Donnarumma can't do fuck all else, man. I'm surprised he even saved the first shot. It was a great save, unfortunately. The ball's then just gone back to Enzo. Enzo actually hit the post, you know. How mad is that? He actually hit the post. It went in off the post, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it was just poor, man. It was just poor from all the lads, really. Yeah, Nunez at the back post, could he have done better? Probably. But it started with us having the ball. Nobbins has highlighted this on Twitter. We actually had the ball, and Cherky, all Cherky has to do is play a 4-yard pass back to Rodri. Instead, he tries to do this weird chip pass to Bernardo Silva, and Bernardo gives a foul away. And this is why, yeah, people like to crash it on Pep all the time, rivals. Pep ruins players, Pep ruins players. Right, let me tell you something. A couple of weeks ago, when Ryan Cherky did that, what's it called? Rabona cross. And after the game, Pep Guardiola basically said, that's all well and good, but just need to keep it simple. That's what he's talking about. Just pass the ball back to Rodri, and he's played this passing. It was a silly pass, really. But Bernardo fucked it as well. I agree. Bernardo fucked it as well there. Like, he didn't need to do what he did, yeah. But that's basically what he's talking about, man. Just go simple sometimes. Yeah, sometimes just go simple, especially when you're on your halfway line, mate. Donnarumma could have scrambled the ball better. I think you're being a bit harsh there, Sean, mate. I think you're being a little bit harsh on Donnarumma if you're blaming him for that goal. I think I'm amazed he even saved the first shot from Enzo Fernandez. I'm amazed he even saved the first shot. I think that's a little harsh blaming Donnarumma for the goal, mate. A little harsh. Yeah, we won 5 trophies. There you go. Well, we talked about him a little bit. He's been at Watford. He's obviously coming in because we need a backup centre back for Wednesday because we play in 2 days' time, and you can't go into the Brighton game with 2 centre backs on your books. You can't. So we're gonna have to bring someone back in rapid. Elaine's the guy. He'll probably play against Exeter. Man City need team 2 signings, plus they need to upgrade their quality against opponents, else titles will be gone by February, says AJ. Yeah, probably, bro. You're probably right. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. I think everyone, if you speak to City fans, I think every City fan says we probably need an extra player or 2 just to bolster that squad up a little bit. Yeah, it's who the player is, and do you agree with the player? I think so. If we get Semenyo and Guehi, I think that's a very good window. Very good. I'd like a midfielder, but I get it. It's going to be tough to get Anderson in January. But if you get me Guehi and Semenyo, for what's that going to cost you? 90 million? And these are players that you're probably going to sign in the summer anyway. I think that's a good business. Oh, that's good business, man. Conceal's winning on Wednesday, but I don't expect the performance to be any better than what I've seen, says Tom. Bro, to be honest with you, Tom, I'll take that right now. If you said to me, Tom, LB, I give you 3 points on Wednesday, but we play shit, I'm shaking your hand. Because the 3 points are becoming necessary over performances. I want to see good performances, of course, because performances breeds good results. But the points, because of the position we're in, we need the points. Yeah. Guehi's pretty athletic, man. He's got a bit of pace about him. He's not Huzanov style. How good was Huzanov, by the way, yesterday, chat, when he come on? I thought he was immense. Again, fucking love that guy, man. Huzanov yesterday was so good, man, when he come on. Yeah, when he done that, when Delat was going through on goal, and he just comes across and just barges him over. And obviously Donnarumma threw it. Delat threw it. I thought he was class yesterday, me, Huzanov. I think he's a top player. I wish he played more, to be honest with you. I wish he was in the team more. I think he's exactly what this team needs. Bit of physicality, a bit of aggression. Bit of a raw player that just does what he wants. Like, I'll take you out. And yeah, it's not going to work every game. Maybe he'll give a free kick away in a dodgy area or something. But sometimes you need someone like that in the team just to say, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want. There you go. Man City are exploring a deal to sign Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace this month. There you go. Apparently that's Jack Gorn saying it now, according to Shad. Jack Gorn's now saying it as well, apparently, people. If he's saying it, then that's true. That's true if he's saying it. I think Sammy Mockbell's a good source anyway. But if Jack Gorn's saying this is probably true. I ain't seen it myself, but this guy's saying it's happened. Yeah, there you go. Well, you know what? Wasn't a man killed recently by this? I swear down that happened recently. A footballer dies, pushed into wall. I swear down someone in like non-league football, yeah. This literally happened with a guy called Billy Viger died during a game in September. He was I don't know if he was pushed into a wall, but basically he was collided into the pitch. To be fair, it's a concrete wall. Slightly different to what they've got at City. But yeah, nah, they should be doing that, man. It's not right, though. It's not right. AK was the warrior Otamendi style we needed. I think him next to Guehi would work, solidify our depth for the next 3 to 4 years. Yeah, I know. LB, we need more Girona watch-alongs. Yeah, we probably do need to watch some of Vita Hayes, man. You do. Danny says, when you've got Reece James taking a piss because he knows our team is soft, Huzanov is exactly who's needed. Give them some back. I agree, man. I agree. The thing is with the City team, I still think it is a little bit soft, man. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of players in there that like, who's going to get sent off? Who's going to get a booking? Yeah, there's Fernandinho, he'd fucking give it him. Rodri, before he got he'd do it as well. But like Walker, even like, there's not a lot of players in that team now that I think like a bit of a twat. You know what I mean? The opposition fans don't dislike. You need someone like that in your team for me. Echeverry's going Girona as well. Yeah, apparently he is. I thought he was going so is he not going River Plate? I thought he said he wanted to go back to River Plate. Has that been binned as an idea? Echeverry to River Plate. Has that been binned off? Because there was some talks about him. He wanted to go back to River Plate, man. I assume that's been cancelled. Yeah. LB Jack Gorn tweeting, Sammy Mockbell tweeting, it's heating up. Has Jack Gorn said this then? Yeah. This guy's saying Jack Gorn's spoken about Mark Guehi. Let me have a look. Jack Gorn. Let's have a look. He's not tweeted about it, but he has done an article. Man City should sign a centre half this month. What's he saying? Let's have a look what he's saying. There we go. Semenyo wants to wrap up the move in the coming days. There you go. Semenyo. That's Jack Gorn. Jack Gorn saying Semenyo wants to wrap up his move in the next days. When did he write this article? Was it today? Yeah, it's come out today. Let's have a look. On the day, generally, defensive issues are urgent. Pep Guardiola said neither look good. Oh, he said neither look good. Is that true? Jack Gorn said Pep Guardiola said neither injury to Gvardiol or Ruben Diaz look good. I just thought he was talking about Gvardiol when he said that. Shit. Maybe, surely he's got that wrong, man. Is that true, chat? Is that true? I thought he just said that about Gvardiol, man. Fuck. John Stones barely features, injured again. Don't want to rush him back. Ake can't play 3 games a week. City have major problems. Guardiola says he doesn't believe to be realistic. City want to move in January window, but he needs Musty saying. There we go. Abdulkadir Huzanov will start on Wednesday, but he's not started a league game since September. What do they do? Vita Hayes at Girona. And he says it confirmed. Vita Hayes does have an option to recall. Manuel Akanji is on loan at Inter, but he's playing well apparently at Inter Milan. Mark Guehi is leaving Palace next summer. City want to be in the conversation. Expediting the process might not be the worst idea. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Irrespective of whether Guardiola can navigate a way through the next weeks without his first choice partnership, carrying on like this and not possessing confidence in more than a couple of players for fitness reasons until May, while featuring in all 4 competitions, feels impossible. That's facts by Jack Gorn. That's facts. It just is. That is facts, mate. A club of strength and financial might, +1, now slightly more desperate, 6 points behind leaders Arsenal, can beat rivals to Guehi if they go hard now. It'll cost a few extra bob, but the rewards are likely to outweigh the angst over how many additional millions they'll need to pay. I completely agree with Jack Gorn on this article, man. Well, I completely agree. I completely agree with that. Completely agree. The extra 5-10 million that you have to pay to get Guehi in. It's just completely worth it. Completely worth it. So in the long rows, Guehi replacing Stones. I'd actually think it might be Ake, because doesn't he play most of the time on the left-hand side? Mark Guehi, I think, plays mostly left-sided centre-back, so it's probably an Ake replacement, to be honest with you. Probably an Ake replacement, to be honest. Who's this? Oh, yeah. Breaking news. Jack gone. Yo, big up to Shad Hatch, bro. Yeah, big up for the article. Article has just been released by Jack Gordon and Simon Jones 30 minutes ago. Manchester City are exploring the possibility of signing Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace this month. Liverpool retain an interest but want to wait until the summer. Offer now would give Palace the chance to make money on their captain. Manchester City believe they can beat rivals to Guehi now if they're going hard. Yeah, we've said that before. There you go. Yeah, I said it then. Jack Gordon saying it as well. Facts. Yo, big up to that guy in the chat, man. What was his name? Shad Harch. Big up to you, man. I didn't see that article, mate. Big up. None of the aggregators have picked it up. Man. Jack Gordon's saying it now as well, chat. So you got Sammy Mockbell and Jack Gordon both saying City are looking at Mark Guehi now. Interesting. Hijack it. Let's get it go. Yeah, exactly, man. See extra slacking. Yeah, I'm not surprised they've not posted it. I know basically it says the same thing as what they posted about Sammy Mockbell, but it's still another source, isn't it? Surprised they've not posted that, to be honest. This reminds me of the Zubimendi transfer. It's happening. Everybody stay calm. Right, come on, man. Big up Luke says 2 midfielders for me. Foot cover off in the summer. I think Kovacic is gone anyway in the summer, mate. I think he's gone in the summer. I think you're going to need 2 midfielders this summer, though, Luke. Because I think Bernardo goes, and I think Kovacic goes. And honestly, bro, you're not going to like this, yeah? But I'm worried about Rodri, me. I don't think Rodri staying is a guarantee. I honestly don't. I don't think it's a guarantee that Rodri stays. I think he might have just been like, fuck this off and go Real Madrid or something, man. I honestly don't think. I don't think guaranteed he stay. I hope he does, man. Yeah. Honestly, man, it's crazy. Anderson and who? Well, it depends if Rodri goes. If Rodri goes, you need to go and get a 6. I like Pavlovic, me. I think that Pavlovic is class. But I don't know if you're going to be able to get him out of Bayern. I don't know if you're going to be able to stop the batter. Go get him. Get both. You go get both, man. Joe Linton. Nah, you're all right. I do like Joe Linton, but not City, man. Why not test the waters for Anderson in January? I would put a bid in. Because there might be a secret release clause in there, man. Everyone keeps on like ignoring this point when I tweet about it, about Anderson. But there was a secret release clause with Gibbs White. How do you know there isn't one with Anderson? Put a £70 million bid in, yeah, for Anderson, and who knows? They might go, "Oh, you've triggered the clause. You can have him." There might be a release clause in there that no one knows about, man. Just put the bid in and see what happens. If they come back and say, "Nah, there's no clause," and see you later. Come back in the summer. We'll come back in the summer. But yeah, there you go. What happened to Bruno G? I think City could have signed him a couple of years ago, but it was £100 million and City decided not to sign him, which was probably an L. But yeah, that's years ago, man. That's years ago. But also, Bruno G is just obsessed with Newcastle, man. He loves Newcastle too much. What's the part of a release clause if it's secret? Yeah, to be honest with you, I've never heard of this before, but apparently it's like a clause, yeah? It's a release clause, but you're not allowed to tell anybody about the release clause. It's more so like if somebody activates the release clause, then it's like, oh, you've activated it. But you're not allowed to tell it because that's what happened. Apparently, Morgan Gibbs White's agent told Spurs about the release clause. So then it broke the contract that Gibbs White had with Forest because he wasn't allowed to do that. Fucking weird, in my opinion. I just think everyone's contract should just be online, bro. I think it should be, man. It should be every player's online. You can see what they earn and you can see what clauses they've got in the contract. I think that'd be so much better for football. You seen Cancelo going into Milan? Nah, not seeing that. Not seeing that. Nah, not seeing that. I'm not seeing that, no. Crazy. Someone said he was going back to Barca the other day. Would I take Gibbs White? Nah, I never wanted Gibbs White anyway, me. Don't rate him. Don't rate him. Apparently, Semenyo wants to get the deal done in the next couple of days, according to Jack Gorn. That's what Jack Gorns wrote in his article today. Right, there you go. I'm going to get off. I need to message Hugh, actually, see if he's about tonight. Hugh and Amos. But there you go, man. There you go. If you're just joining us late, you want to know a summary of what we've been talking about. Manchester City are looking at bringing in Mark Guehi to Manchester City this January. Both Sammy Mockbell at the BBC and Jack Gorn at Daily Mail are saying that this is true. City are looking at signing Guehi this month. And then we've also recalled Max Allain back from his loan at Watford with immediate effect. He'll go into the matchday squad on Wednesday when we play Brighton. And Semenyo is expected to be completed in the next couple of days. So that's your roundup. That's your roundup, man. Oh, you can get out of here, man, with your horrific Morgan Gibbs White takes. Yeah. Serious. Egypt watch long. Depends. Let me just ask my girlfriend what time she gets back from work, man. Because I need to scran on that. If she's not back at 4, then I might do it. I'll let you know in a minute. Sweet. All right, lads. Big up to you. I smashed the likes on the way out. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. And yeah, stay tuned, man, because we might be getting Gibbs White, bro. So there you go. Big up to you. And I'll catch you next one. See you later.